Welcome, everyone. My name is JR, and I'm the founder and owner of Business Leaders Network, where our mission is to build a community of emotionally intelligent servant leaders. And every week, we like to bring together a bunch of entrepreneurs, talk about the impact that they're making and the difference that they're bringing to the world. And so, if you have time, you're listening to this, make sure you tune in, listen, and if you find someone interesting that you would like to connect with, make sure you guys do so, and we'll give that information at the end. So, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks so
Cool.
much for having us.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start with Mary since you're up in my corner. Why don't you share more about who you are, what you do, and the impact that you're making?
Yeah, I'm in the space of reducing the trauma of healthcare. I'm a nurse that founded a company whose products are in over 175 hospitals worldwide now. My thesis, if you will, is that a large part of medical trauma is preventable, but frontline staff haven't been handed the tools or permission to lead the change, so I give them both.
Very cool. I love that. How long have you been doing it?
I've been a nurse for over 12 years. And then I founded my company in 2020, so going up on 6 years now.
Yeah. What inspired you to get started?
It really was working in healthcare and seeing how traumatic it was for everyone, for patients, families, and the staff. And I burned out really quick. So I wanted to create solutions to help prevent trauma because it's just, yeah, it affects everyone.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Joel, same question for you. Why don't you share more about who you are, what you do, and the impact that you're making?
So I am a prosperity coach. I teach people how to become financially free so they don't have to work. I shut down my hedge fund 10 years ago because I went to a personal development course and there was a guy there, guest speaker, 1 hour of a 3 day personal development course, lying to people,
Hmm.
telling people there's only one way to get rich. And of course, that's stock options. And so I was sick to my stomach. People were tapping me on the shoulder and whispering, Joel, does this make sense? Are options really risk free? And so I was polite. After he was done, we went out of the auditorium. I told him, please don't do this. He has no idea about any of you individually, and most importantly, no idea about your belief that you could become rich using options. Went home that night, couldn't sleep, commuted into my office at 4:30 that morning in Midtown Manhattan, sent an email to my investors telling them, giving them their money back. I'm shutting down my fund. I figured out my true purpose.
That's really cool. So now you're helping people do that same thing, right?
I'm teaching people the truth about money, which is there are many ways to get rich. Most likely it's your business, not stock options, right?
Yeah.
If you're an entrepreneur. And so I inspire people to live their purpose. And I truly believe if you're living your purpose, you will be more prosperous.
I love that. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. Sky, same question for you, man. Tell us more about who you are, what you do, and the impact that you're making.
Well, thank you for having me, JR. So obviously, my name is Sky. I am a medical massage therapist. I would call myself more of a healer. I got into what I do with body work about 12 years ago. Um, wow, yeah, going on 13 years. Really bad car accident. I fractured my left arm into pieces, and that led me into massage therapy. 2 years prior to that, actually, though, I was in a car accident, left me in a coma. And so I merge what I do with music, body work, and just making it make sense for people to get results for what they need.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, and thanks for sharing your story. It's not always easy. Nikki, same question for you. Share more about who you are, what you do, and the impact that you're making.
Hope my lighting's a little better. Sorry about that. um, so I'm a social media influencer. I've built up over 100,000 followers across all platforms. And I love working with all different kinds of businesses, all different kinds of products to use the following I've built to help promote what they do. I also do brand ambassador and event work, modeling and acting. And one of the main areas I feel like I make a difference is not just helping businesses through my social media, but I actually also guest on podcasts every now and then. And I love to tell my story of some really crazy and terrible things that I've been through and my journey of overcoming those to where I'm at now, being very successful and independent and freelance and far happier than I used to be. So I love using that story as inspiration to help other people.
That's really cool. I love that, and I've had the opportunity to watch your journey over the gosh, it's probably been 5 years now. So it's
Oh,
been
thank
cool
you.
watching you go from where you started and where you're at now, and how far you've come. So congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Mary, I'm going to go to you next for the next question. Why don't you share more about one of your best client success stories? Where were they at when you started working with them, and what did you help them achieve?
It's an interesting question because I immediately want to go to like our product line and how families have utilized our tools in helping their kids. But the stories of how our tools have actually had other people be able to create their own impact projects is where I get like really excited. Most recently, it's a graduate nursing student at Nationwide Children's Hospital. And she wanted to create this initiative to figure out how they could get more children on insulin pumps because it's scary and it's overwhelming for kids. So they actually have a lot of patients that are just resistant to having them. So our tools have enabled her to create this project, and she's now running this whole initiative and getting measurable data on seeing if these educational medical toys that help reduce the fear and increase understanding, if that actually helps them with the number of patients on insulin pumps. So it's stories like that that I just love hearing about.
Mm, that's awesome. I love that. Beautiful story. Joel, same question for you.
I just want to share two quick, uh, different ends of the spectrum. One guy came to me with terrible money mindset, and another woman came to me with a terrible money mindset. Like, we can't afford that. Money isn't growing trees. That's really expensive. You got to work really, really hard to be rich and successful. She was about to get kicked out of her apartment and had to send her daughter back to her parents so her daughter could be fed. He, on the other hand, had a lot of money and was living in poverty consciousness. I helped him manifest over $2.5 million and change his money mindset so that he's living a financially free life. I helped her such that she was able to find a job, bring her daughter back to live with her, and now she's actually taking a vacation this year.
Wow, that's life changing. That's really cool. Did he get the 2.5 million yet?
So he manifested or generated, however you want to call it, 2.5 million. I also teach stock investing, and he found a stock using my process. And I call this a manifestation because we expect those kinds of returns over 3 to 5 years. He did it in 4 months.
That's amazing. That's huge. Congratulations. Big story. Very cool. Thank you so much. Skyy, same question for you. Share one of your best client success stories.
All right, yeah, I got a quick two for you. So, just to kind of give a backstory on how powerful it is of what I do. I currently am the highest rated therapist in my area with 638 five-star reviews on Google, which I'm proud of. But this gentleman found me off of Google. I met him when he was 67, so we've been working together for about 3 years now. And he sent me like a 12 paragraphs text. He's a marketer, so he owns his own marketing business, which he just retired from. And he found me off of Google, had his back thrown out at the beach, and was in between insurances, didn't want to go to like a physical therapist and go through the whole mainstream medical field aspect of things. So he decided to take a chance on me. Not only was I able to put his back into alignment, but I currently have inspired this man in his 70s to do 100 to 120 push-ups a day since we've been working together, which leads into the next aspect of things. He referred me to one of his close friends that lives down the street from him, who has been dealing with chronic arthritis of both his shoulders. No longer does he have chronic arthritis. The arthritis is completely gone. He has over about 15 degrees of range of motion back, and we are now working to get him into following the same aspect of getting on his fitness journey. So I've been able to change both these guys' lives for the last 3.5 to a year and a half for both of these collectively, and I'm grateful for that opportunity, big time.
That's really cool. I love it when we got stories like that because it lights the fire and reminds us why we do what we do.
Yeah.
It's easy as entrepreneurs to kind of get in this mindset and this rut and be like, man, am I even doing it, making a difference? And then you have a story like that, and you're like, man, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I love
Exactly.
that. That's really
Which
cool.
I just seen them the other day, both of them yesterday. And with the first guy, we're almost on massage number 60. And the second guy, we're on massage almost number 35. So I'm really proud of that.
No, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nikki, same question for you. Share one of your best client success stories. Where are they at when they started, and what did you help them achieve?
Yeah, so for this particular one that comes to mind, I can't necessarily say where they started because it's like a bigger company, but a good chunk of where my income comes from, brands will send me product and I'll make content with a discount code. And actually, since May of last year, I have proof of it too. I've generated over $268,000 for that brand alone. So that's my best client at this time. And what's even better about it is it's a health and wellness related product. So I feel like I'm doing something good by helping people, spreading the word about things that are actually healthy for them too. So that gives me some fulfillment as well. And I
Very
get
cool.
the money too, so it's a win-win for everybody.
No, that's a really cool story. While I got you here on the stage, why don't you share the best, like, why should someone hire you over another competition or another person, and where can they find you?
I am very genuine. I won't lie about anything I use. I'm not going to promote something that I don't believe in. So it's all very genuine to me. And I also post on like every platform. Some creators will just use like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, but I use like 10 different platforms. So more eyes on people's brands is always a good thing. And people can find me under Nikki Serenity on all social media. My main one's Instagram at Nikki Serenity Artist.
Love that. Thank you. Skyy, why don't you share more about like what separates you from your competition and where can people find you?
Awesome. So speaking of the client I referred to in the last session, he had referred an experience that we had recently and was saying that the experiences that we have, I do what I do is beyond massage. It literally is an experience. I would call it an experience rather than a massage or a healing aspect. But he says our experiences hit down to the bone. And that really brought a different perspective to how I look at things because I put myself in a perspective of how I would want to receive the experience, regardless of who the person is. So if the person had dealt with some type of trauma, person is dealing with some type of chronic illness or whatever the case is, putting myself in a perspective of the person, and that seems to always get the job done. I would say like 99.9% of the time. And just coming from a space of, as Miss Nikki talked about, being extremely genuine. I feel like that is a lost art form a lot of the times in today's world. So, and then the way that you can find me through all social media, whether we talk about Instagram, Facebook, Google, doesn't matter. Skyy with two Y's, Royal. Um, and I'm looking forward to connecting to whoever I can connect to.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Do you work with people only locally where you're at, or do you work with people that could be anywhere?
No, actually, so actually this year, which I should have talked about, I travel. I've had one of my first experiences today, or in 2 or 3 months ago, with a friend who flew me out to Michigan to work on his pregnant wife, and he just got back surgery. And yeah, no, I definitely travel nationally and internationally, so I'm definitely everywhere that the people want me to go, for sure.
Love that. Very cool. Joel, same question for you. Why should someone hire you over someone else, and where can they find you?
And by the way, I also travel internationally and help people around the globe. I've had clients in Paris and UK and Australia. So I'm mobile and I love to speak as well. So what differentiates me? A lot of people think I'm a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial planner, but I am a finance expert, having managed a $700 million portfolio at Citi. So I combine the mindset, money mindset, and finance. That's what completely differentiates me from everyone else out there. There are a lot of mindset experts who don't have the finance experience. I have both. And you can find me, salomon.com, SALEURMOR.com. It's named, my company name is named after my daughters, LEUR for Lauren, MOR for Morgan.
Very cool. I love that. Thank you so much. And Mary, why should someone hire you over someone else, and where can they find you?
It's in this space of reducing medical trauma, there isn't too much competition out there, unfortunately. I hope more people come into this space. But what I have seen is the people that are talking about it, it's often about training. You need your staff to have a trauma-informed training or have this knowledge. But what I see is it's really more about how we are empowering our staff, our frontline staff, to be a part of the change, because the expertise is there, the solutions are there, the drive. There's such a disconnect. When I talk to frontline staff, they say they see this and they need these changes, but they feel unsupported by leadership. And leadership hears their ideas but doesn't know what to do with them. So it's about creating that environment and supporting them in leading the change. And you can find me at the best place to find me on this type of stuff is LinkedIn. So Mary Jenner on LinkedIn, and you'll see I'm very active on there. My product company is the Butterfly Pig. So if people are curious about fun medical toys that are educational, they can go to the Butterfly Pig.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for everyone being on here today, being able to share more about who you are, what you do, and the impact that you guys are making. If anyone out there is listening and they're saying, hey, you know what, I really wanted to meet this individual and fly them out here to Bordeaux, then make sure you reach out to them, and I'm sure they'll go out there. But for everyone out there listening, thank you so much for taking the time to listen. And for everyone else, Semper Fi.